What the fuck? That's a straight up tornado of conveyor belt. This is a literal manifestation of what ADHD feels like. Asking Let's Game It Out why? Well, the answer is simple. Chaos. Unequivocal chaos. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Slop channel. As today's video is going to be something about construction, I thought I would construct a little bit of a conversation between us as we get started on today's very normal, very structurally sound content, as we all must base our foundations off of something grounded and sturdy, such as our relationship. And as we have known each other for quite some time now, I think it's very important that we always get to know how we're doing that day. I, for one, could not be more grateful for the love and support that you've all given me, and the respect you've all given me, the downright unfathomable amount of respect and well-attuned eyes that you gaze upon me at all given times. Now, with that being said, we are going to be getting back into Let's Game It Out's Satisfactory series in a totally normal and totally sophisticated way. Those idiots will never be able to tell the difference between my normal content and what I did in this video. Right, so considering it's been a while since we watched the last one, I think for the sake of getting through this series, I'm going to watch the next 2 episodes in one sitting, and then from there in, until we get to the latest 4, we'll just watch these in sittings of 2, because I respect your time, and I want to make sure we get through these in a diligent time and don't just milk it for the sake of ad revenue. As much as money is good, respecting your time is better. Better? Better.
To Let's Game It Out. I am Josh, and we are doing more Satisfactory today. To catch you up if you haven't seen the last episode, all you really need to do...
You know what, never mind, I don't want to watch this anymore. I forgot this just absolutely infuriates my OCD. One benefit, by the way, I say benefit, I missed my goblin, but now that the goblin isn't here this time, we might actually be able to pay attention to what's happening, which also kind of explains why I don't remember any of this, because the last thing I remember when we watched this video is nothing, because I wasn't paying attention, because I was too busy trying to deal with my problem that was my streaming partner at the time.
Do is look at this mess here. This is one of them assembly line games where you find efficient ways to extract minerals.
I mean, I know I couldn't do any better,
or in
but still.
my case, do it in the dumbest way possible. The overall goal, I think, is that we were trying to build a space elevator. Last time we got some of the way
it's all well and
there.
good me lambasting him for this, but I know full well I would make it
tier
worse.
1 and 2, which is going to allow us to do all kinds of...
Actually, so maybe I wouldn't, because I started playing Death Stranding recently. And I always thought I was the kind of person who didn't have the attention span to play games that had monotonous, like, looping gameplay loops like that. And when I got into playing Death Stranding, I was very pessimistic that I'd enjoy it and that I'd get lost in the source, as it were. But I think with a game like this, and much like Death Stranding, when you figure it out, when you get past that initial gate of understanding, it just hits you like, I get it. Like, insert Danny DeVito meme. I get it now. I get it. Oh my god, I get it. I get it. I get it. And it's good. Maybe I'll do that with Satisfactory one day.
The fun stuff like utility stuff and logistics stuff. But look at that. After we unlock these 2 tiers, that's when the space elevator begins. And obviously, that's when the fun begins. Each milestone to unlock, we have to get the materials down below where it says milestone cost. It's stuff that we've made before, iron...
Wait, did you know that we have a Discord and a Twitch? No? Well, now you do. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you click those little links over there and be part of the fun? Just like the rest of us cool kids, you know what I'm saying?
Plates, iron rods, wire. The goal we're gonna set is for this one, because it gives us a conveyor splitter and a conveyor merger, which I think is gonna be really helpful. Here's how we're gonna get that stuff. We have these machines
I do legitimately think a big part of it is just me trying to get past my own inhibitions. It was what happened with Death Stranding, and it's probably this. Because, like, I look at a game like this, and I'm like, oh man, that's so much learning, and it's like executive dysfunction. It's that inhibition, that initial anxiety of starting. But if I were to start, I know full well that I would love playing this.
Belt into this
because my
machine.
ADHD and autism would make me hyperfixate on making everything as optimal as possible.
And this thing constructs what I ask it to. In this case, it's these...
Like, real story. Fun story. When I was a lot younger, my dad had a garage. And he would work from his garage quite a lot. And I remember that when I was like 12, 13, 14 kind of thing, I would often go into my dad's garage to spend time with him. And one day he was working on one of his things. I think it was a gun at the time. And he had to go deal with something. And he left me alone in his garage and just basically said, okay, Makari, look after yourself for a little bit. I need to go do this thing. It was a phone call, something. I don't remember what precisely, but he had to leave. And he left me alone in his garage by myself with nothing to occupy me. It was at this point that my attention started wandering, and I noticed that his, you know those like little boxes that have like screws in them. It's like an entire wall of small little trays. And I noticed that they were very like there wasn't really any like coherence to what was in them. Like there was one tray with screws, another with bolts, and it just annoyed me. It annoyed me because nothing that made sense was next to each other. And my dad was gone for a while. So over the course of 3/4 of an hour, I took apart this entire system my dad had of random chaos. And when my dad came back, he came in just as I was finishing up and started by, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you taking it all apart? What have you done to my system? And I was like, but no, Dad, listen. I promise. Look, I've made it better. What I had done is I had alphabetized and categorized every single one of his trays. So in one section, you had the nuts, bolts, screws, everything that would go with screws in alphabetical order. And then it was welding equipment and welding bits in alphabetical order and categorized. And then it was like that for every single one of his little tray sections, categorized, segmented, and alphabetized. And he grounded me. Because what I realized is you don't mess with somebody's system. Just because that's how it works for me, because I have ADHD and autism, doesn't mean that's how other people work. My dad was a typical bloke where random chaos was the order. However, that was also the thing that made me realize that if I ever play a game like this, I would never get any progress because I'd spend 59 hours trying to organize and alphabetize my sheets of metal.
Iron plates, and all the plates are then collected into this container. We're doing the same thing for copper over at this abomination here. Whoa, what is that? Whoa, get away from my stuff, dude.
It's pretty!
Oh, also, we're on an alien planet.
Oh my god, it's so pretty! I'm gonna eat it.
So once again, things don't need to be as crazy as I made this. So while we could make everything streamlined like I have the iron stuff, we're probably gonna make everything crazy like this. Or crazier. Hopefully crazier. Okay,
I'm gonna write a twit longer about how, Let's Game Out setup upset me and affected me on a personal level. Let's Game Out, you are a monster.
let's unlock logistics here. Give it 500 copper wire, 200 pipe, and 200 sheets of metal. Here we go.
You can tell this video came out 6 years ago, because if this was a modern video, when he put the pipe in there, it would have done the pipe clang meme. I'm actually a little bit upset that he didn't put it in there. Like, just for a point of preference, by the way, the pipe clang meme is so endemic now, even when I have no intention of making it a thing, it becomes a thing in my content. The pipe clang meme didn't even belong in this video, and yet somehow chat knew it deserved to be here. Back off, punk! You ain't my mom, you can't stop me! And you know what? That's a really nice little climb anchor you got there. I'm gonna use that to beat up your friend.
Hello there.
You wanna steal my stuff? You wanna steal my stuff? Well, take it, bitch!
Yes, you need to finish this game. It is one of my favorites.
Even when it is not present, it shall always make itself known. Pipe clang meme should always be around pipe clang.
Go. Ready for launch. Launch pod. All right. Push. Where are you going? Wait, where are you going? Pod will return in 2.5 minutes. The good news is I can now make these conveyor splitters and these conveyor mergers. Here it comes again.
Science.
Welcome back. Where did you go?
Optimization.
Looking at the milestone cost for all these things, they're all the same. It's just plating.
Guys, not to like financially implicate it, but if at any point between now and when I start my donathon, we get a level 7 scam train, I will just make this something we play during the donathon.
in pipes and copper. We can do this super fast, actually. All we really need to do is just gather the supplies, then we're all good. Which means we need to make our stuff with peak efficiency. I noticed that the smelter here,
Because I would like
when the
to play
iron
this,
ore
but it's one of those
gets to
things I
it,
need
it
to get
starts
past
to
my
pile
inhibitions
up.
of.
I mean, you can just look at it and see that the ore is coming in at a faster rate than these things are coming out. So we're gonna split this
I
off, give it
see,
two
I
machines.
see.
First, let's put down another smelter. We're gonna put a conveyor splitter down. I guess right about here, why not? All right, connect the conveyor belt.
I just need you guys to understand that if that does become a thing, I hold no responsibility for the fact that I'm killing my channel in the process because I will ignore everybody. I need you to understand. If we play this, I'm killing my IP. I'm killing my brand. My channel will die because I will ignore all of you to hyperfixate on the things that don't need to be paid attention to.
And now we're gonna send the ore. One goes here, and the other goes here. And they kind of clip through each other, because that's the kind of operation we're running here. And then for our little...
You are a menace. Let's game it out. You are a menace. And yet it makes good content, and I, for one, revel in that menace. Because I, for one, like, you may be absolute chaos, and I may be order, but we are both brat-coded because we know that everything we do is designed in a way to upset everybody that watches what we do. Because everyone will watch what you're making here and go, oh, it's so unoptimized! Just like how people watched me react to Deku versus Spider-Man and didn't realize that my opinion was just an opinion and that people are allowed opinions that aren't what you think is what it is. And yeah, suck my dick.
storage guy, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna split that off too. We're gonna give it the conveyor merger. I'll put a second constructor down. Kind of horrible looking like that. Connect this conveyor belt to there. Okay, now we have two things of ingots coming out like that. And then connect this to that and this to that. The side that it all pops
Guys, let me
out
live
of
in my
will
fantasy.
go into
Let
the
me live
storage
in my
thing.
fantasy
But in the
world.
process
I
of
want to believe
adding
he's
all of
not
this
that much of a
stuff,
chaotic
I appear to be
asshole.
tripping a fuse, which if I just pull this thing, it's like, okay, and then it just kind of trips again over and over. So we're gonna have to add another source of power here, which is the biomass burner. We'll go ahead and put this eyesore up here. There it is, flying into existence. Nothing's being tripped anymore. Everything's working as intended. And now what we've got is we've got two machines here putting out ingots. We got two machines putting out these.
You know, I lambast him for this as if I wouldn't do the exact same thing just to piss you all off. If you guys make me play this, I will purposely go against my ADHD and autism and make everything as chaotically cluttered as this. Just because I know it pisses you all off.
These little iron thingies. Great. Next milestone we're going to do is utility, because it gives us biofuel, the most energy efficient form of biomass. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, bye. Okay, now what I do is I take all the leaves I collected,
Say
I turn
goodbye
it
to
into
your common
biomass,
sense.
and I take that biomass and I turn it into biofuel. And then I take all that biofuel and I just shove it into these machines here. Here, take it. Because we have such efficient machines now, we have all the materials we need to just keep on going, so we're going to select the milestone personal storage, give it all the materials it wants.
So this is what it feels like to be able to pay attention to what's happening in this video rather than getting distracted by a goblin who keeps calling me good girl and making me goon. I am actually understanding what's happening now.
And live life to its fullest. All right, fantastic. We can build personal storage boxes. They did already give us one, but more is always better. Can I just put it on the other one? Okay, well, let's put it second best place, just kind of out there in the open for everyone to enjoy. And now we're gonna select the last thing of tier 1. Launch again. That takes care of all of tier 1. Moving on to tier 2. Wait a minute, I can just build the space elevator now? Look at that, the stuff it needs isn't even that hard. We'll get that. Okay, new objective. We need to get that space elevator placed ASAP. So to make the space elevator, we're gonna need 500 concrete. To do that, we're gonna need something called limestone. We have a space to get it here, and I have these little portable miners set up right here, but they require some babysitting, so we're just gonna pick these guys up, and we're gonna put down one of the big ones. There it is, look at that, place it right there. Ta-da! And we'll go ahead and connect power from there to there. So if our limestone mining thingy is right here, and our facility is right up there, probably the smartest thing to do is connect the conveyor belt here.
Chat, stop! That wasn't an invitation for you all to start calling me good girl. Stop it! I'm gonna come.
That just goes straight up there, similar to where the power line is.
We're supposed to
We're
save
not
that for
gonna do
later.
that. What we're gonna
The
do is
fans
aim
leak.
at the other direction and have some fun. Let's see, we're gonna just take it over here, and we're gonna put it right there. Ramp it right there, like so. Okay, it's a good start. Basically, I want to get up
You guys
there.
are gonna make
I
me.
think we can do it.
You guys are gonna make. Making me angry. You're making me angry. Absolute chaos gremlins, the lot of you.
If you vaporize whatever was beneath it, you can just have this thing floating.
I'm gonna bark. I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna bite your ankles. I'm gonna do it.
Midair, just like God intended. Okay, looks like it's flowing as needed. All the ore just comes right over here, then it hangs out on this water slide for a while.
Real
What do you
adorable
think,
the fact
dude?
you think you can
it's
start
peak
that level of
efficiency?
authority.
So let's
Oh my
get
God,
past
it's
this
Blink
part over
Boy!
here. It comes
Oh, wow,
on over
guys!
here, and because I hate
Wojak
myself,
point. Wojak point. It's Blimp Boy. Oh, you want to go, Shugi? That was not your opportunity to then gift me 5 subs, you little shit.
Went ahead and put the smelter right here, floating in midair uncomfortably. Funny story, turns out we can't smelt limestone yet. I'm sure that'll unlock shortly, I hope. But until then, this thing is unfortunately jammed. So what I'm gonna do temporarily is put a storage container up here. We're gonna remove this part of the conveyor belt, and we're gonna...
I gotta be honest, with the design of some of these buildings, this game looks an awful lot like the world of Pandora or Avatar even.
Add a conveyor belt going right into the storage container there. So at least we'll be collecting all of this limestone in the meantime. Oh, and in case you're wondering, it takes about 12 minutes for the ore to get from start to finish. Okay, so let's go ahead and unlock.
I'm gonna be if you guys keep treating me like a puppy girl, I'm gonna be a real bitch to all of you. Arrah. 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 No. Will not do typical VTuber bullshit goonery. Will not. I am a goddamn content creator, not a gooner.
The color gun now.
You
As
can't
always, just
turn me
hand
into a
over all the
gooner.
things at once.
I'm literally not allowed to be. It's illegal in my country now. I suppose I may not be able to be a gooner, but I can still...
And launch that bad boy into space. Bye, have a good trip. All right, I gotta build me this color gun. Gimme, here we go. Color gun. There it is, my color gun.
Gun?
Ooh, look at all these
Yo, magic kitchen gun!
colors we can have. Ooh, 3 shades of pink. He's still my heart. Let's go with the dark pink. And obviously no color gun is complete without color cartridges. Ta-da! It's like a paintball gun. Well, it looks like a paintball gun because
Hi, Barry Scott here with new kitchen gun.
Okay, you just shoot everything and it just changes color. I like it. Now, a smart person would use this stuff to color code things, but right now I'm just doing it for fun.
Okay, why color code things when you can make everything gay? Yeah, why color code and organize when you can go absolutely postal with this thing and make everything so many different colors people might mistake your setup for a pride parade? Yeah! I mean, at least it'll keep away the liberals.
Can I hit this guy way over here? Oh, yeah. Next, we're going to work on obstacle clearing because it gives us a chainsaw. All right, let's go use it on... Oh, I need fuel. Let's just go take it from our machine. I can't wait. There we go. Oh, boy. All right, let's go try this guy out. Can I use it on my own buildings? It won't let you use it on your own stuff. Oh, but this all looks promising. Come here. Yep. Carve right through. Okay, there we go. I like that it just kind of blows up.
I
what
saw
about these guys?
tree,
Can I do it to these
and
guys
the tree
too?
fell.
Yep.
I saw what? Wait, what?
Too. Yep.
Guys, I gotta be honest. I can't tell if the anti-gooning laws is making me more pent up than seeing a left nipple. But why that tree kind of thick though? No. I'm being deadly serious. Why that tree kind of thick though? I can't be the only person seeing it, guys. I am not. I might be. It might be the gooning law making me pent up, but why? Why that tree kind of got hips?
Yep. Okay. Thankfully, he leaves his right hand free to continue to just swipe leaves at the same time he runs around. Oh, you want some? Is it go time? Yeah.
Wildlife.
You want a piece
Jokes
of this?
on you, bitch. I come from a land where there's Australia. You're nothing by comparison to the average wildlife of Australia.
Production to make enough stuff so we can unlock the rest of the tiers. But while we do that, I have another project we're going to work on. We have over here 3 ore deposits, and we're going to add those into our factory. So let's get this stuff out of the way first. Okay, so that exposes 1 and 2 and 3. We're gonna put these
put it out there. My chaos energy. I would name my my setup the Factory because I'm just that kind of a person. And of course, everything would be rainbow colored.
on them. There we go. There's one of them. There's the second one. There's the third one. There's all three of them. Okay, so hold on this for a second. We're gonna add some more production stuff. Man, this is a lot of running though. This going back and forth is getting real tiresome. So I think it's time to unlock the jump pads. Jump pads, come to me. So like if I want to get over here quick, I'm assuming that means I just take a jump pad and put it right here like that. Do I just jump on this and yep, here we go. Oh, you know, I really didn't think about this.
Oh no!
Huh, it's weird, I appear to be
you
dead.
fucked
Well, at
around
least we
and
know
found
exactly where we're gonna
out.
land. So if I were to like put a jump pad back the other direction, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, there we go. I think I aimed it right so that, yep, landed right on it. Okay then, I understand. Just gotta move this back a little bit. This should about do it. Let's
Okay, this was probably the worst thing they could have shown me because now I know the objective is to like do something. I would spend and invest every single resource I have to make the biggest wipeout Takeshi's Castle looking thing ever. And it would exist of nothing but the, wait a minute, dude, why make a factory about producing things when I can make a goddamn wipeout Ninja Warrior game show course? Yeah.
try this. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Gonna land
Today
right on it.
on
Oh yeah, it just
Satisfactory's
launches you right
Ninja
back.
Warrior.
Let's try one of these jelly pads now. I think that should be about right. Look at that. It's a big jello mold. No way I can screw this up. That works just great. This is very nice. Much better for getting around. So pretty much for the moment, we're gonna make this probably better. I took these three.
Hi, my name's Inky, and welcome to Satisfactory, jackass. Wait, did they harvest me for that? Guys, it's okay. He's inside me. I gave consent for them to harvest my trimmings. They were allowed to do so, okay? I gave them permission.
Mining stations, set them up so it's still pulling ore, and it's gonna send them through these three smelters here, and then it's gonna send them all into these containers with the ingots. So at least I'm collecting ingots while we go. I'm also sorry to say, but I don't think there's a way to launch stuff off of a jump pad. We're gonna finish the final tier 2 milestone part assembly and give me the launch codes. Okay, that's cool. Well, we unlocked all these tiers. Let's go back to working on the space elevator, which is gonna require a bunch of stuff that we can easily get right now. So let's get right to it. In order to assist production, we're gonna actually do something over here with these conveyor belts. We're gonna set up some constructors right here so we can start making the stuff we need. So we put 3 constructors down just like so. And in a typical inefficient way, we're gonna go ahead and make a weaving thingy of belts. The ingots pop.
Making an optimized, well lubricated system of conveyor belts and pipes to make production easy? No. Making a random mess of spaghetti conveyor belts because it's annoying annoying people who watch and increases algorithm because people hate rage bait and post how much they hate it in the comments. Yeah.
Out of the containers here. They go through the assemblers over here as fast as they can. We have 2 assemblers making iron plates and 1 making iron rods. They all go into one little junction thing over here, and they all get fed into this guy here, which is slowly but surely collecting everything. And of course, the next step to that is we need to get this back over to home base over yonder. So we're gonna have to run some conveyor belts. Okay, so I finished building out this conveyor belt. Can you dumb it down for somebody like me would understand? I don't really know where to begin. It's kind of a disaster. I mean, it just goes
that'll do it. No, that works. That works. Like using all those big science words. Just say disaster. If you say disaster, I would have instantly understood what you were talking about.
While when I look over at the mess, it just gets worse and worse.
Oh my god! You know that, like, Windows XP screensaver with the pipes? The series of tubes? Yeah, you guys remember this? You know there's a slight problem with your setup when your pipes have more in similarity with this screensaver than it does an actual factory. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is what Let's Game It Out took as inspiration for this whole video. Jesus Christ.
The mess, it just gets worse and worse and worse. None of this is necessary, by the way.
FPS is also
my frame
tanking.
rate. So I kind of just weaved it in with the other stuff, and it you know,
God.
Oh god. I don't even know where it starts and ends at this point. Like, it kind of comes and goes wherever it pleases. Comes up here for a little while.
Well, I mean, that is something I sort of relate to, because I come and go whenever I so choose as well. Usually when somebody gives me 50 subs. Or subscribes to my fansly, one of the two. But coming and going is a par for the course.
All the way up here and then back down. While I'm up here, I should point out that my limestone production has gotten really advanced.
Just a point, by the way. I will never ask in a Let's Game It Out video why anymore. Because I'm only doing myself a disservice. Asking Let's Game It Out why? Well, the answer is simple. Chaos. Unequivocal chaos.
I've had so much build up over time. I had to build several containers like so, and the way it works is the conveyor belt brings it into the first level, and to make sure it doesn't get filled up, it exits out, swirls back around, goes to the second level, and through a series of building upon itself like a coiled snake, it eventually finds its way up to the third one. Anyway, back to this guy. It eventually makes its way all the way over here, reaches back over to the mainland, as we'll call it, and now we're back in familiar territory. We find that it eventually meets up here with the secretly building
Zench's library.
Nice container
library
over
maze
and there it
thing.
is, all of our extra materials.
Yeah.
Now that that's handled at long last, let's make
you
the
go
space
through
elevator.
This maze
but where to put it?
Centuries to find the center to get a wish of your own.
Put it near this
Only then realize you never were going to get to the beginning to begin with.
Okay, here
and
we
only
go.
a small child would have ever gotten through the maze.
All kinds of materials flying in to take care of it. And scene. There's our space elevator.
Looks so
What's
cool.
it doing? Is it like a transformer? Looks like some.
It actually looks like something out of StarCraft almost. Yeah, it's like everything you build in this is like Terran equipment from StarCraft.
Legs doing something weird, kind of unsightly. Whoa. Oh, now those legs are holding a.
When am I gonna get my royalties for them modeling this after me?
Let's forget the legs thing I was talking about. Okay, well now I can't unsee that. Are you done doing your business? Okay, so we need to configure the space elevator.
Editor, put some sexy
Project
music over
assembly
that.
Platform. Delivery will unlock tiers 3 and 4. This is it? I can totally do that. Hold on. I'm not even gonna automate this. I'm just gonna build them right now. Eventually though, I will automate this. Already done. Let's go load this thing up. Okay, so load. Now let's seal it. There they go. Okay, bye. Is it time to send? Let's do it. There goes the parcel up the space elevator, I assume. Oh, space elevator's having a little conundrum over there.
Space elevator.
It's doing what it needs to do. Is that the package going away?
No, step elevator. Why are you doing that?
Let's go back and check out what the new tiers look like. That unlocked tiers 3 and 4. Let's see what kind of fun stuff we have here. Oh, wow, look at this. This is where stuff gets good. We have a
yummy. I love pollution.
Tractor, which can move on its own. Truck station for the tractor. Coal power. Oh no, there's a better conveyor belt. Well, looks like we got a project ahead of us, right? To retrofit all of our old conveyor belts with new ones. Oh, and would you look at that? There's a Mark III conveyor belt. Why would I even bother with the Mark II one if I know there's a Mark III?
Please tell me there's a way of automating replacing the conveyor belts. My ADHD would not help me here.
Go to. So it looks like we got lots of goals here, lots to accomplish. I feel pretty okay with the crime against humanity we did over there with that conveyor belt system, but I know that next time we're gonna have to kick it up a notch, so I gotta brainstorm what we.
This is a literal manifestation of what ADHD feels like.
Can do next. If you have any suggestions for what we can do to make this even sillier, go ahead and place those in the comments. So that's gonna do it for this episode of Let's Game It Out. As always, I am Josh, and I will see you next time.
Amazing. We're gonna go straight into the next episode, and we are gonna do 2 episodes at a time until we get to the latest episodes.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Game It Out. I am Josh and we are doing some Satisfactory today. Satisfactory is a game where you make efficient machines, or in our case, the dumbest machines imaginable. We started with normal-ish looking machines that had at least some semblance of order to them. Doing things normal is like the last thing on the list though, so after getting the hang of it,
why would anyone want to be normal? Why would you want to sound and do normal things when you can go from sounding one thing to another in order to go to another, and then sound like you are able to do whatever you want to be able to do in the name of the Golden Throne? I just spat all over my monitor.
Efficient procedure and made it a little extraneous, but at least you can kind of see what's going on here, right? It's taking raw copper, it's turning it into copper ingots, and then it's turning it into spools of copper. Easy peasy-ish.
That's why I said your mother last
night. We went ahead and took it another step, and we took a rather easy process of making iron rods and iron plates and made it a little bit complicated, and that's pretty much what we're gonna keep doing. Last episode, we also built the space elevator, which is this hulking beast right here. Space elevator demands a sacrifice to unlock new stuff. Right now, it wants 500 modules bunch
tread
of the
legs at
frames
all.
and 150 motors. Those aren't so much hard to come by, so much as it's going to take a while to produce them. So we're going to make the machines that will do it all for us. Back at home base here, we also have a machine that will unlock.
I just figured out what the issue is. The reason why none of this is working the way they want to is because they haven't prayed to the Omnissiah. The Omnissiah protects. All hail the Omnissiah. The flesh is weak. The only constancy in flesh is decay. There is no constancy in flesh, only betrayal.
Unlock different things as soon as we give it the right materials. Basically, we select one of these milestones here. We unlock it.
Sorry, I can't say that. I am doing the Omnissiah a disservice. When you worship the Omnissiah, you got to put the whole heart into it. And thankfully, Dan Bull has a verse for us. And that was a message from the Omnissiah. Thank you, Omnissiah, for that very wordy wordiness about how the flesh is weak and machine is strong.
Via the milestone cost, and then it'll unlock some select things. This one's pretty interesting. It'll unlock a tractor. I think we can either automate or hopefully drive it around. We have a machine that we're going to use that we didn't use last time called the assembler, which we feed it two components that
Does it assemble things like my brains?
It's going to require us to fix a couple of things, though. Right now, we have this cargo unit collecting both iron rods and iron plates. We're going to have to separate this out so it's only feeding iron rods so we can push it through with screws to the assembler. But this disaster here starts a long way back. Let's take a quick sprint across this conveyor belt to show what a mess.
Golly! It's almost like this is a little bit of a direct consequence of your actions. Your actions being chaos, the consequence being a headache.
I've made over here. You know, I made this bed so I got to sleep in it, but basically what
That's
happened
what
is
saying.
I have a bunch of machines way the hell over here making the rods and the plates, and I had them feeding all the way over to home base where we just were because I kind of wanted everything
the people who
centrally
make stuff
located
like
over
this,
there.
they
So
don't
this
really
stuff
care
takes
about
a
the
pretty
consequence.
massive journey.
They
I think
just
it takes
want
like 15 minutes to get from start to finish because it has to go.
When somebody like this makes something, they don't think about the long term. They just want that instant dopamine hit of achieving a goal. They want the instant dopamine. Dopamine, pings, more dopamine, more objectives, more dopamine, more dopamine, more pings. They want that instant satisfaction for doing a good job. Only to then ignore the fact they'll get a headache later for the consequences of the short inadequacies they've then performed.
Through all this nonsense. So this is the beginning of the iron plates and the iron rods. It's this ore. We got 3 piles that get fed into these 3 machines here. They get shot out as to iron ingots here. They go into these 3 machines here, of which 2 of them are making plates and 1 is making iron rods. They all get pushed into this little merger unit here. All this stuff goes into this storage container, which then pops out the other end here and has that horrible, horrible journey in the back.
I would give any money if this was how the battle droids from the Separatists were from Star Wars. You know, the battle droids, the B1 clankers. The clankers! Just an endless line of clankers being produced.
Background there. This game is all about efficiency for other people. For us, it's about taking this problem and making it worse. Oh, also, we're on an alien planet, ruining its ecology, basically. So pretty much our first task is going to be to separate out the plates and the rods. And I can think of a pretty easy way.
Yeah, there's been something that's been bugging me about this the entire time. All of this factory work is being done out in the open. This, even aside from the lack of safety rails, OSHA does not validate this as a factory because there's no absurdly large building surrounding it all. Where's your ceiling? Where's your safety rails? And where's the common sense?
Way to do that. We're just not going to feed rods into this thing anymore. For now, the rods are just going to pile up here. This thing is now only spitting out plates. Over time, the rods will disappear from this conveyor belt. And hey, you know what? Let's send these rods individually the only way I know how. Let's build an entire second conveyor belt system for them. All we gotta do is move this like that. The best part about the conveyor belt system in this game is it really lets you just put this stuff wherever you want. I think the idea is you can make it like diverse and normal.
This This is a public service announcement as to why people with ADHD need to take their Ritalin.
And stuff, but that's not really what we do. So instead we abuse what they allow us to do. One of the comments I got was that we should try and see how high this thing can go, and I can think of no better way to do that than to try it on our blessed rods here. So like, I think if we just do a U-turn like that, just making a nice coil of pipe here. The best part about this so far is I know it's gonna look terrible.
It's
so
like a tornado of
close to the space elevator. And when that happens, we actually
conveyor
can't
belts.
keep building. And it turns out I can just reposition the space elevator. So if I just grab this whole thing, does it just disappear? Yep. There it goes. Okay, so let's reposition the space elevator a little bit farther away. Look at that. We get to watch it build again. There we go. Just a little bit further away. Surely I won't get close to it again. Still working on the tallest conveyor belt ever.
What is he making? And okay, you know, I said I wouldn't ask why. I said I wouldn't ask why. I'm not gonna 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 ask why. But is there a reason he's making like this multi-stacked Big Mac of conveyor belts?
While I'm working on it, let's go ahead and get the assembler set up. And we can have it building stuff while we continue to work on that. Okay, we'll just put our assembler down right there like that. We're gonna feed it these beautiful rods. So before we send it straight into here, we're gonna do something a little more awkward first. We're gonna use a conveyor splitter. We're gonna send the rods into the conveyor splitter here. Here they come. One of these sides will indeed split rods right here into the assembler. Meanwhile, we're gonna set up a constructor over here, and we're gonna run one of the—
My model does not convey it all that well, but my head is legitimately cocked to one side in real life. Like, my head is kind of cocked to the side with the most quizzical expression, trying to figure out what the hell it is he's doing.
the other splits right on over to the constructor. And we're gonna set this constructor to make screws. And then we will connect the thing that makes screws right on over to the assembler. Why screws, you ask? Here's our assembler, and we're gonna need to make all of these things. To make rotors, we need iron rods, which we're already making, and we're gonna need screws. And to make reinforced iron plate, we're also gonna need—
I mean, it's literally Factorio, right? This is all just logic gates. It's coding. Factorio, Satisfactory, all of these games, they boil down to very simplified coding.
Those screws, because then eventually we're going to need to make these modular frames that are also going to need reinforced iron plate. So it's just going to do us a world of good to have a lot of screws going on. Right now I have rods and screws both going into the assembler, and now we're going to set the assembler to make a bunch of rotors. There we go. Things are slowly feeding into this machine. The assembler's making them for us. Now we can watch as our beautiful rotors come out. And you know, actually no sense in stopping there. Let's set up another assembler so it can be working while we mess around with something else.
He's
and
going
instead of
even
having the
further
screws
beyond.
feed into just this one machine, we're gonna erase this part. We're gonna put down a lovely splitter here.
Like, I can't even be angry at this. The guy literally has obviously spent enough time on this to know how this goddamn works. How are you that smart and also that stupid in the same sitting? Like, in one hand, he's doing stuff that is, like, actively so intelligent to make this all work. But the way he's making it work might as well be the equivalent of locking somebody in a room a la Jigsaw style and saying that you want to play a game, and the game is that they have to make their way from one side of the room to the other, but all across the floor are used syringes and triangular bits of Lego. You never know what you stepped on. Maybe it was a dirty syringe, or maybe it was a Lego. You'll only find out when you leave the room. But the joke's on you, there was no door to leave to begin with.
One of the screws goes over there, and the other screw goes into that assembler. I've also adjusted my 3 constructors over here to only make plate now, which you can see is filtering into this guy here, and we're gonna send that into the other end of this assembler, and we're gonna set this assembler to make reinforced plate. And now we can watch the miracle of life as our beautiful reinforced plate makes its way down the conveyor belt. Okay, brace yourself, because the frame rate gets real bad. I spent a few hours building this out, and I can't
Why? What? No, I said I wouldn't say why. Oh, I said I wouldn't ask why. What the fuck? That's a straight up tornado of conveyor belts.
tell you how high you can build something because I never got there, but I can tell you that it can go at least this high.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask the why. I'm gonna ask what. What possible purpose could this have? Is that just like one random bit of ore on there going around an inevitable circle and spiral of doom? Did you just put one item on there that was going to take 1,000,000 years to get to the top? Or is this an art installation? You know something's effed up when you can't tell whether it's a factory assembly line or an art installation! And I guess that this is how the developers figured out they needed to optimize their game, because holy smokes, that's tanking the frames.
Kind of eclipses the space elevator at this point. Something tells me you can go a lot higher up, but it's just the frame rate gets so bad that I just can't do much to get there. I have to like look away from the thing just to not get killed by the frame rate. Let me give you a quick tour of it. It's to my advantage to stare straight out at the beautiful scenery, because if I look straight up, this is what happens. Oh mercy.
Wow.
Hello, slideshow.
It's not so much 25 frames a second, it's now just 5 frames whenever. 10 frames a second, 20 frames a second. Inside the tornado, it's 5 frames whenever the hell the game feels like it.
We gotta actually get these rods going somewhere, so I have to at least try to finish this conveyor
I mean,
belt
it's
in some
honestly
way.
impressive.
Just gotta keep on climbing.
It is
And
honestly
here we are.
impressive.
It's pretty beautiful up here until you turn around and decide you want to see into the heart of.
Is this what it looks like when you look into the heart of the void? Is this what happens when you fall into the eye of terror? Is this what happens when you go in for a kiss with Inky, but she eats you instead? Is this what happens when you drink McDonald's Sprite?
The beast. Oh god, I fell. Oh god, my frame rate. What's happening to my guy? Yep, there he goes. There he goes. We're actually too high to be able to just build anywhere else but back down the way we came. So that means, let's pull out our guy here. How far can I just launch this thing down? Pretty far, as it turns out. I'll just skip ahead because it's gonna be a lot of this.
Like, what's even on this? Is this nothing but iron pipes?
Towards the bottom, you can see my handiwork. That's what's eventually gonna bring the rods back over to us. Millions of years when it finally gets through this whole.
I would legitimately be fascinated to know how long it takes for something to go from the beginning of this to the top and then all the way back down. This must be a multi-hour journey. It must be.
Whole cyclone. And for maximum irony, I've just run this thing in a straight path to where it's supposed to go. Now, the silver lining is we have all these plates we can use to upgrade stuff instantly. Not only do we have all those reinforced plates, but we also have all of these rotors.
Genius.
My god, this thing can basically blot out the sun now. That side of the map is now totally quarantined. We're gonna have to start building over here somewhere. Let's go ahead and unlock whole power. This sure sounds exciting. So let's give it some cabling and some.
You know, we really should be thankful for LGO, because what they've done is they've given these pipes meaning. They've given them purpose. Any other factory worker would be boring and mundane. These pipes have the most intrepid journey of any pipes in all of history. They get to experience the world before going to their ultimate destination. What an amazing man this is.
Copper wire and a bunch of rotors. There we go. Launch it. Well, would you look at this? We have a vehicles tab now. And there's our tractor. Well, let's build a tractor. Oh, look how cute it is. I'm gonna put it right here where I might not be able to get it out. There it is. I didn't realize we'd be able to
Even
see
he
my
knows
little
it's
dude
stupid
here.
and he still does it.
Dum-de-dum. Oh, good. It has a horn. Oh yeah, here we go. No, this is the life. And I'm stuck already. Maybe I can make it out right here, huh? Uh-huh. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Easy, easy, easy.
Yeah, freedom!
Right. You can also locate coal now, which is what we're gonna do. Tell me where the coal is. Really? No coal anywhere. Wait, oh, there's coal. 606 meters. Let's go, boy. Oh, you know, I don't have enough fuel for this. Let's back up real quick. Uh-oh, I seem to have left the gas pedal going. Oh no, oh no.
Oopsie.
Okay, it's fine. It's just hanging out over here. I guess it's making a home for itself. I'm gonna let it have some alone time while I get some more fuel for it. I'm definitely gonna have to get rid of this thing at some point.
No,
I can't actually
not the pretty tornado.
play the game. This thing here, like everything is just chopping so bad. The next thing we're gonna upgrade is to the rebar gun. So let's go ahead and feed it all the things at once. There we go. And launch. And let's go over here to our workshop and build the gun.
Honestly,
our
so
rebar
impressive.
gun, come to me. Oh, look at that, huh? Here we go. Put a piece of oh wow. I'm just gonna fire it at my own equipment. Why not? Yep, that's rebar.
Zombie
all right. Can't
apocalypse
wait to use
gun
my
much?
single fire rebar shooting thingy on a creature that didn't deserve it. All right, where's the car? Hello, car? You out here? Oh, there you are. Did you tire yourself out?
Again, trees, why are they thick?
Or what? Oh, geez, sorry. All right, we're nice and refueled. Let's get out of here. There we go. There's the coal, heading straight towards it. Oh, it's just right over here? Why did I take the car for this? Whatever. Out of the way, nature. I don't care if this is the way to the coal. You tell me where the coal is, Oh, that's not good. You think the vehicle's gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm sure the vehicle will be okay. In heaven. Oh, no. All my stuff. I like how it shows me where my body is. Like, I don't think there's any coming back from that, but I guess let's go check. Oh, how considerate. All my stuff is just right here. Hey, do you guys want to bring back the car too? Car would be nice. Well, while I'm out here, sans car now, I might as well see if I can find that coal anyway. Easy, guys. Easy, fellas. Damn it, that's where the coal is over there.
Wildlife ever
no
do to
wonder
you?
the car couldn't get over here. Is there any way over here? You know, I'm starting to think there's no way over there. Sometimes I'm looking around and I'm like, uh-oh, am I lost? Do I have like a guiding star or something? Oh yeah, I sure do. On the plus side,
I was gonna say, it'd make a great landmark.
the Grand Cyclone has finally started to deliver rods. Okay, so I restarted the game. That seems to have helped the frame rate a little bit. I mean, unless I look right at it, but let's just try not to do that. Before we go and build another Jeep and try to find that coal, let's start knocking out some milestones. We'll do this one just for the hell of it. It gives us Conveyor Belt Mark II, which is great and all. Transports up to 120 resources per minute, which is double the Mark I, which is what we're using right now. But like, if we click over to Tier 4 here, we already have Logistics Mark III, which will give us Conveyor Belt Mark III, which transports up to 270 resources. Of course, we're just gonna go straight to that, even though it needs like a bajillion motors, and I don't even know how to build those yet. But we'll learn. The motors, though, we do unlock.
And
we just have to
learning
do
is
steel
half
production.
the battle.
We'll just go ahead and give Logistics Mark II all the things it needs, and launch. While we wait for the pod to return so we can do
real
another
question, what's
upgrade,
the
let's
actual
find the best
objective
place
in
to
this?
put
Because I
car
know
number 2
it's a
down.
survival
Again, we're still
game. I
looking
know
for
it's like a
coal.
crafting
Quick
game.
scan.
Is there a
Let's see what we
goal?
got. Let's see what's over here, 600 meters. That means we'll put the tractor
But
right
I think like
there.
some of these
Look at
games
that
are great
beauty.
when they just
don't
let
face me that
go
way.
hands off, but
Turn it around.
I know some of them, like
there we
No
go.
Man's
I've
Sky,
got a
have
good
goals
feeling
you can
about
achieve.
this. Whee! What's this thing? Out of the way.
Run it
Yep,
over.
there we go. Let's see.
Get
Come
out of the
on,
way,
come
nature.
on. We'll just take the long way through the enchanted forest. How do I get up
By the
to
fact
the
that you
coal?
died
Are
from me
guys gonna
running you over
force me
shows
come
you were
back with
inferior to
conveyor belts? 'Cause I'll
our
do it.
brains,
back
which
up,
means...
back up. Ooh,
Oh,
they
my
don't seem to want me
butthole
to
just
get up there
puckered.
the natural way. That's fine. Let's head back to home base, pick up some supplies.
Dude, my
Let's
butthole
unlock
just
another
puckered so hard it
milestone.
seemed
This
good to
time
the
we're
edge
gonna
like
do
that.
steel production, which is gonna unlock all kinds of good stuff, actually. And launch. Look at this new stuff I have here. Miner Mark II. Look at these crazy materials it needs. Encased industrial
Well, wait a
beam.
minute. Miner Mark II? Hold on. P. Diddy check. P. Diddy check. Okay, we're good. We're good. Guys, no P. Diddy in the area. Continue your Miner Mark II.
Steel pipe, and then we've got this thing under smelters called the foundry. Smelts 2 resources into alloy ingots, so we're gonna go climb up to that coal the old-fashioned way, and then we'll see about extraction. Whoa, what the hell? What is this? Looks like a crash site. Do we have any stuff I can
Oh,
take?
no!
Ooh,
There was a woman
reinforced
driving
plate.
here.
I'll take that. What are these? Are these beams? Can I have this?
I can
Ooh,
make
some
that joke, 'cause I
motors.
don't drive.
Like it. What about some body parts? You got any body parts around here? Press E to open drop pod. Let's see, this is where we find the bodies, right? Battery broken. Ah, jeez. We need to charge this thing just to open it? That's fine. I just happen to have all the materials to put a biomass burner down right here. Ta-da! Okay, let's just give this thing a little power. There we go. And now let's... What's the problem? Oh, Jesus, are you serious? So we need something more powerful than that.
Oh.
Well, what if I hook up 2 of these things? Just second burner right there. Put a power line right here.
You know, it's kind of funny. I was thinking about his tornado, right? His tornado is basically a glorified railgun. Think about it. You've got the spiral that builds up the kinetic energy, and then the one pipe that goes down the middle that uses the magnetism of the pipes around it and the weight of gravity to project itself at astronomically fast speeds. So cycles round and round and round to build a charge, and then straight down the middle. Railgun.
Here, connect this to that, and this to that. 20 and 20, so 40 should do the trick, and now let's connect this power line to that. All right, nothing blew up. Let's see if that worked. There we go, operational again. Let's do this.
I love how the metric of success in this game is literally, did it blow up? No! Excellent! Mission success! And if it did blow up, that's still a success because you learned something.
Hello, what have we, a hard drive? Well, don't mind if
No!
I...
My porn! I was hiding it there to keep it away from the British government! Ah!
do. Well, we did it, boys. Close up all the resources. We're going home. I love that you can do this. I love that you can just suck up the whole factory, put it back in your pocket. All right, well, that was great. Let's go get that coal now. We'll analyze that hard drive when we get back. So we need to get up there. And if making that tornado has taught me anything, conveyor belts can get that done. There's no way, right, that I can just take a conveyor belt and just aim it straight up here. Conveyor belts is too long. Okay, we'll see about that. There we go. Totally sound, driven by physics.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Build just a ladder, like casual? Or do you want to build the best goddamn conveyor belt of your life?
Finally, take a look at this coal up here. Oh, it's like untamed country up here. Here we go. Look, it's beautiful coal, which obviously we're just gonna send down a conveyor belt. And that's just gonna go right here. There we go. And to power that, we're gonna put a, ooh, look, a coal generator.
Wow.
Burns coal to generate electricity for your power grid. Has an input so feeding coal can be automated. I have a great idea. We're gonna build a coal generator.
Oh no,
right
he had an
behind it.
idea!
So between these two things, I'm gonna put a conveyor splitter right about there. I'm gonna run a conveyor belt from the front of this thing into the splitter. And
this man abuses splitters so much that he's about to split the atom and generate 2 + 2 to equal 5.
gonna have the other end of this feed right back into the machine. Put a little power line right there, connect this guy to here. There it goes. Now here comes coal going this way. Goes into the splitter, heads right back in and powers itself. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. All right, we still got some stuff left to do, but I hope you enjoyed what I did this time around. That's gonna do
Good God. So when I watched the first video, I was like, this ain't too outlandish. So by the third episode, we've already created a catastrophic tornado of conveyor belts. I am deeply unsettled by how quickly this is escalating. So with that being said, guys, if you want to see me watch the other episodes, let me know in the comments, and we will definitely be watching more of this in the future if you guys want me to. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe, join me on Twitch, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!